I felt so bad because I was like, oh, I'm getting emotional talking about this because it's the first time. It's the first time that I am talking about this after like after a while. It's like I had the worst time, the worst. I wanted to forget about it, so I tried to forget about it so many times. That's why I didn't speak about it. Like, oh, I'm getting flashbacks and I'm getting reminded of standing in front of a lot of people and having people looking at you and laughing at you and making fun of you. Like, guys, like, that's why I feel for people. I feel for people that's at school, um being bullied. I remember the last time when I did a presentation, I just walked out of the presentation when they started to laugh. We are going to talk a little bit about something else that I am struggling with. Let me try to bring this camera a little bit. I just say camera, guys, because I am making things alive, putting it out there. I really need a camera, guys. Like, I need a camera. So the other thing that I am struggling with, I am not English. I don't know if you guys, maybe you guys can, obviously you guys can make out. I am not English, ne? I am Afrikaans. So Afrikaans, it's my home language. It's my mother tongue. Like, I am not English. And like yesterday when I was making I was trying to make a video again for like the fourth time, I think fourth or fifth time. I don't know, this is the fifth time, but for the fourth time, when I was trying to make a video yesterday again, trying to get it done so that I can upload a video and bring you guys a video. I was so struggling. I knew exactly what I wanted to say, and it is written down here. And I did have like the page in front of me, so, but I don't like looking down at the page and looking up and looking down. Obviously, we don't want, as a small YouTuber or a big YouTuber, I don't know, you don't want the people that's watching your videos to know that you know there's a page in front of you. You don't want that. So I was just very, like, yesterday was like the first time in a long time that I struggled to talk, you guys. It doesn't look like I'm struggling. You guys won't notice, or you guys maybe don't even notice, but I'm really struggling because I am not English. I'm Afrikaans, and I come from a very like Afrikaans background. So I went straight after school. I went straight to go study at this place. I'm not gonna mention the place because I feel like it wasn't the place, it wasn't the tutors, it was the people. It was a group of people, like they were the popular people. It was them. So I don't want to mention the place, and if you know where I studied, then please don't mention the place, because like I really like, it was a good place. It's just that, you know, that experience that I went through wasn't a good experience. So I went straight out of school to go study, and I studied business administration and entrepreneurship. And everyone there, it was like an English place, and I was like Afrikaans, guys. And like, I did, the boyfriend that I had at that time was Afrikaans. Like, all my friends that I had was Afrikaans. It's only the friends that I made at that place that was English. They struggled again with Afrikaans. So it was like, They struggled with Afrikaans and I struggled with English. And guys, like you guys know when you study, obviously there is like a group work, so you need to do presentations and stuff like that. And there was like a couple of presentations that I did where that group of people was laughing at me, and because I couldn't pronounce the words right. So obviously, you know, when you do presentations, you use bigger words and words that you don't really use, like even in your daily life. And I feel like even if you're English, you don't use that words on a daily basis. You just like it's professional words, like you use big words so that you can sound professional. And they were laughing at me, guys, and I remember that um I felt so bad because I was like, "Yo, I'm getting emotional talking about this because it's the first time." It's the first time that I am talking about this after like after a while. I wanted to forget about it, so I tried to forget about it so many times. That's why I didn't speak about it. I did tell my hubby a few times about it, but I wasn't getting emotional about it because it wasn't like a really in-depth like conversation that we had. And also I tried to avoid talking about it. I tried not to talk about it because I didn't want to remind myself of what I went through. And now talking about it, like, oh, I'm getting flashbacks and I'm getting reminded of standing in front of a lot of people and having people looking at you and laughing at you and making fun of you. Like, guys, like that's why I feel for people. I feel for people that's at school, um being bullied for the way, maybe the way they look. I was obviously bullied at school for, like, they always said my nose was too big, my chin was too long, my teeth was uh, chipped and stuff like that. So I was bullied, but it wasn't like intense, man. It was like, ah, whatever. Um, like, because I felt like I was beautiful at school, so it wasn't really like I knew that I had a big nose in school. I still maybe do, but now that I am natural, I love everything of me. I'm not really like into feeling bad about, like, I don't feel depressed about my nose. I can go for days without makeup. I can go to the mall without makeup. I went to work like a lot of times without makeup. I don't really wear makeup as much. You would see me wearing makeup when I maybe go out, like it's like a very very special day, and you will see me wearing makeup on camera because I want to look cute. But I also feel like I also look cute without makeup. So like it's not that deep for me, man. But so that I wouldn't really call like it, that didn't really get to me as much. But when I was bullied for the way I speak and because I couldn't pronounce words, that was for me very deep. Like, guys, I was so depressed. Sorry guys, I don't really get emotional on camera, like, but just speaking about this, like, I'm trying to remind myself of what I went through so that I can tell you guys what I went through, because this is like after a long time that I'm thinking about it. So now I have to remind myself again, what did I really go through and like how did I really feel. And yeah, so, and you guys, the thing is there that you it's not like I chose, like I had a choice, like speak English or speak Afrikaans when I grew up. Like my parents, everyone was Afrikaans, and like we didn't go to English schools, um, because obviously my parents maybe couldn't afford it. I know for sure they couldn't afford it, but they tried their best to send us to good schools, not the best schools. I went to a school in Kraaifontein. It wasn't the best school, but it was okay. There wasn't like subjects that I was really into. Like, I wanted to do drama in school. I wanted to do singing, and but I really loved business. That was a subject. Business was a subject that I loved, and yeah. So I know that my parents did try their best. Like they always tried their best to give me everything that they could. Um, I feel like they maybe just felt like English, sending us to English schools and giving like making us to take lessons, English lessons and stuff like that. Maybe they just felt like it wasn't as important, because obviously, guys, like where I stay now, it's the same place where I stayed when I was studying at this place. So yeah, everyone is Afrikaans. Like everyone is Afrikaans. Like all your friends, everyone is Afrikaans. So like no one kind of feel like English it's like necessary. But as you grow up and you go to college or university and everything is in English and you have to do everything in English, you kind of do realize that it is important. And I feel like now my parents do realize now that it is important. So you can't really blame them also. It's just the way they grew up. It's the way it's at the places where we stayed. So but now now I my child is speaking English, and I met someone that is well spoken, and he speaks English fluently. So I speak English on a daily basis with him. We speak English with my child on a daily basis, even though I'm still struggling. But it's kind of like I feel like God, because I remember when I was still studying at this place, I so wanted to speak English fluently. Like I prayed so a lot of times that God, please help me with this thing. And obviously I couldn't afford to go to like English classes, because it's also my accent that was bad. My accent was very Afrikaans. I wouldn't say it was bad, but it was Afrikaans. So obviously when you Afrikaans, the way you say words in English, it sounds funny, so people laugh at you. But when I met my partner and my hubby that I have now, he was not laughing at me, so I felt free to speak to him. And when someone is not laughing at you and you get that vibe of you can speak to them and they wouldn't judge the way you speak. So that was like a learning curve for me, because I could learn. And like I think like he doesn't even know, but I feel like he doesn't even know, but I really learned a lot while I was with him, and while I am with him even now. I learn about business, and I learned to speak English. Okay, I'm not good at it now. I still struggle. I was struggling yesterday, like I was really struggling, and it reminded me of what I went through, and that is why I am talking about this. I'm talking to you guys now about this, because I was like, I'm struggling to make videos. I'm struggling to say the words. I'm struggling with English now. So let me just come on here, be real with you guys, and get this video out. But I will get it off my shoulder, and I will it's good for my mental health to speak about stuff that I'm struggling with. And I feel like if you are struggling with the same thing, if you are Afrikaans and you feel like English is not your mother tongue and like everything is in English and you have to do everything in English, please let me know in the comments down below how you are dealing with it, and if you are getting classes, if you are just let me know. So now my child, he already is English. His English is and his English and his Afrikaans. He is 2 years and a few months, but he says English words so well. He's obviously still struggling to say the words, because like any word, Afrikaans, any word, because he's still learning how to say words. But he says cat, he says dog, he says bird. Like, and I'm so blessed that I like that he can grow up in an English household, even though I'm not English and I'm not as good in it, but he has a father that is fluent in it. And his father is actually Tswana, guys. He's not like he's Tswana. That is his mother tongue, but he's very good. He has a very good accent, English accent, and he's very good in English. So he doesn't speak Afrikaans. He can speak Afrikaans, but he doesn't like speaking Afrikaans because obviously he didn't grow up speaking Afrikaans. So English is like something that I have to speak in the house because of him. So I feel like that was God, that is God, like just helping me with my problem that I was dealing with and that I am sometimes still dealing with now. So I feel like God really did answer my prayer, and even though I'm still not good in pronouncing words, God really came through by letting me meet someone that's English. By my child can now grow up speaking English and Afrikaans. So I'm just very blessed, guys. Even though I didn't get that when I was growing up, I can give my child that, and like I met someone that can give him that and can help him with English, because everything you should do, everything is English, guys. Everywhere you go, like if you go study, it's English. In like most apps, everything, it's English. But anyway, that was my rant, or what do you call it, rant, or like I just had to get this out, and tell you guys how I feel. But like, I feel like now I'm feeling a bit emotional about what I went through, so I feel like I should speak about it more so that it can come out, so that I can heal. I went through so much, guys. Imagine having to deal with subjects that you didn't even do on school. Now you have to do that in English. Because this place where I studied at, it was a place where my coffee is getting cold. It was a place where you can only study one thing. You can only study business administration and entrepreneurship. There's no other choices for you. You can only study that, and it was only English. Everyone there was English. Like there was people here and there that was Afrikaans, but they were also speaking English. And there was very mean people. They used to make fun of me, like really. And like the funny thing is, after like 2 years, someone that was a part of that group was actually sending me a message on Facebook saying I'm doing so well now, and like he sees I'm doing so. So I was like, you know what, don't even message me, because you were one of the people that was making fun of me. So I just really just don't message me. So he was like, no, it wasn't him, but he was a part of it, because he was also like low-key a part of it, because he was laughing, and he didn't tell them to stop doing it, even though he wasn't saying that. But I do remember there was a couple of times where he was indirectly making fun of me. So yeah, and the funny thing is, like, I was good in writing English words. Like I would get even more marks than them. But just the way I pronounced it, it came out funny, and sometimes it came out wrong. And even now, sometimes it does come out wrong. But it's like now, it's like, whatever, I went through it already. So if you wanna laugh, laugh. I'm dealing with this thing, I'm learning. And when I went natural, like I so wish that I actually went natural while I was at that place, because it really made me strong. It made me to gain confidence. I remember I couldn't leave the house. I couldn't leave the house without any makeup. I couldn't leave the house like this. I couldn't leave the house with wet hair. I was just so insecure about everything. Yeah, so like when I went natural, I was so learning about myself. I started to love myself. I started to gain confidence. And the funny thing is, after I studied, I went into retails, because obviously I couldn't finish it, and that is also part of the story. I didn't finish my degree because I did 3 years, but I didn't finish the other years. The last year there was also some subjects that I had to do over, so I was gonna go into my 4th year but still repeating other subjects that I failed. What I wanted to say now. So yo guys, let me just drink my coffee and try to think what I wanted to say now. I don't like cold coffee, guys. So what I went through made me to drop out. It actually made me first to be depressed. I had so much anxiety to speak in front of people. I remember the last time when I did a presentation, I just walked out of the presentation when they started to laugh. Then I obviously started to become strong. So sometimes when I did a presentation, I would ask them, why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? Am I like, why are you laughing? And stop making fun. Obviously I gained like that voice, but it was still hurting me. I still remember like I walked out of the presentations. I spoke back to them, but it was still hurting me, and it was really affecting like how I was doing my schoolwork basically. My college work, I'm just gonna say schoolwork. So I would come home and I would cry. I would not wanting. There was so a lot of times where I didn't want to go back to classes. I stayed out of classes so a lot of times, especially when it comes like I stayed out of a lot of. I stayed out a lot of times, and that made me actually to fail some subjects that I had to repeat the next year. I was depressed. There was a counselor on college. I don't know if I should call it a college or a university, because like they always used to say it's not a college, but like I feel like you could just it was only one thing that you could study. So I feel like at university there's a lot of options, so I'm just gonna say college. I don't know. Yeah, so I was depressed. There was a counselor at that place. I remember that I had to go to her like 3 times a week or 2 times a week to go see her, to speak about like what I am going through at that time, what I was going through. And like for me, I just felt like it was helping, but it also wasn't really helping, because it kept on still happening to me even though I was going to her. So like for me, I felt like it didn't help. I dropped out then because I was just so depressed. I didn't like going to classes anymore. I just felt like, I felt terrible, guys. Like I had the worst time, the worst time. And if someone is going through it right now, if you are being bullied for just anything, your skin color, that's why, guys, like when people are like making fun of people because of their skin color or the way they feel like people look, like for me, I get emotional about it, and I get like very angry about it. And I was in arguments with people that was talking about black people bad, that was talking bad about black people. I was in a lot of arguments about that because of, like, I feel like I know how it feels when someone makes fun of you about something that they shouldn't even make fun of. So I was very depressed, guys. Like that, it was hitting me hard. I dropped out, and to be honest with you, I didn't blame them for, like, I could have easily felt like, yeah, they are the reason why I was dropping out. But for me, I was actually blaming myself also then for years. After I dropped out, I was for years blaming myself for dropping out, blaming myself that I wasn't strong enough to go through that. Like, why didn't I was blaming myself for the fact that I didn't stand up for myself, all of that things, because I was the only one, like, in my family that time that went to university or college, that could study something, and I really just wanted to be an example, but I couldn't be. I wanted, like, people even in my community to look up to me and go study and make something out of their lives and stuff like that, and I couldn't do it. So the funny thing is, after that I went into retail, and like at retail, while I was in retail, I was really building up my confidence. I was obviously you have to speak to customers a lot, and I love speaking, and I was speaking English to customers. So that was actually the first time where I could really build my confidence, like while speaking English without being laughed at and all that. And now doing it with my partner, because he is English and he doesn't really like speaking Afrikaans, so it would just be weird if I speak Afrikaans with him and stuff like that. But anyway, that is that. I am at a much better place now. I'm still struggling because, like, if it's not if it's just not your mother tongue, guys, I would really love to talk longer, but I unfortunately have to end this video because I don't have space anymore. I tried like deleting old videos, but it's still not enough. I don't want to delete important stuff, so I'm just gonna end this video. That's another struggle of a small YouTuber when you are shooting videos or making videos, YouTube videos on your phone for YouTube. But don't worry, we're gonna get there. We will get there. We will get those views. We will get those subscribers. Don't worry. Yeah, the future is bright. The future is bright. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed me opening up and me saying how I feel, me sharing what I went through in the past, and how I felt about it, me just sharing my feelings with you guys. I really hope you enjoy this video. Please let me know if you want more opening up videos like this, and in the comments down below, let me know. I would really love to hear from you guys. Please give this video a massive thumbs up if you like it. Please subscribe to my channel, and hope to see you in another video. Until the next one, bye.